Shout out to our sponsor, Comic Bento, the original graphic novel subscription box.
Sign up at comicbento.com and get $5 off when you use promo code THEKNOW. Welcome to The Know, I'm Meg Turney.
I'm Ashley Jenkins.
The Pokemon Company is shutting down fan projects left and right just in time for their 20th anniversary.
Gotta cease and desist them all.
Oh yeah.
This week, the company responsible for licensing and marketing your favorite animal kidnapping simulator shut down the YouTube channel of one of the most beloved fan projects yet in the form of Pokemon Reorchestrated.
You love our games? Pokemon Company chooses Lawyerzard. He's super effective.
We can make these jokes all day long.
Yeah, we will. Pokemon Reorchestrated is, of course, orchestrated versions of Pokemon music, and it's a fan project that's been going on for years.
But the difference with this project is that the music that the Pokemon Company issued takedowns for is officially licensed, meaning that its creator, Braxton Burks, has full legal rights to use the material.
So why did the Pokemon Company take down the channel? Well, nobody really knows for sure because TPCI hasn't really issued any kind of official statement.
The drama started evolving a few weeks ago when Burks received takedown notices for his album Kanto Symphony, a kickstarted orchestral album of songs from Pokemon Red and Blue that was funded back in 2011. According to Burks, requests to TPCI for clarification about the offending content were given no response whatsoever.
This is again despite Burks having the official publisher's approval for the music on Kanto Symphony. This week, the Pokemon Company flagged a third video, and thanks to YouTube's sweet 3 strikes you're out policy for takedowns, the entire channel has been deleted, including all of Pokemon Reorchestrated's music with 51,000 subscribers.
Burks announced the news on Twitter, stating that these kinds of developments make it kind of hard for him to continue covering video game music.
Now, fortunately, the music is still available for free on platforms like Spotify and Louder, plus you can purchase the Kanto Symphony on iTunes. But this is a pretty big blow to somebody that relies on a tool like YouTube to reach more fans and to distribute his work, and Burks is understandably totally pissed off about the whole ordeal.
We actually reached out to Burks, who told us, "Not knowing what I did wrong, having my licensed music removed from YouTube without an explanation left me feeling disheartened and disillusioned by a company that's currently celebrating the 20th anniversary of the original Pokemon games. It's hard to feel included in that celebration."
He sounds so much more level-headed than I would be in that situation. He's like, "Oh, I'm disheartened," and I would be like,
"You'll note
fuck
there were
you
no
guys."
swear words in that quote.
Yeah, I said fucking pissed. He did not. Some are speculating that these notices could have been made in anticipation of upcoming announcements around Pokemon's 20th anniversary, like official orchestrated soundtracks maybe. Still, not really a way to get your fans psyched about your whole celebration, guys.
Also licensed, remember? But previous history indicates that the Pokemon Company just likes to give fan projects the legal hyper beam. Pokemon Reorchestrated is just one in a long list of fan-made undertakings to meet this kind of unfortunate demise.
Calling them aggressive would be a huge understatement. Last year, they straight up sued 2 fans who tried to throw an unofficial Pokemon party to kick off PAX Prime in Seattle. Chief among TPCI's complaints against the defendants was the use of a Pokemon poster, images of Pikachu on the Facebook invite, Pokemon-themed drinks, and a Smash Brothers tournament.
Wait, what? That last one doesn't fit.
They sought damages, attorney's fees, and an assurance the two would no longer put on any Pokemon events. Guess those 30 tickets that they sold were such a huge threat to the Pokemon fair.
They're not just keen to kill Pokemon parties either. They've also gone after apps that help track Pokemon cards, cute little Pokemon-themed planters, and Pokénet, a Pokemon-themed MMO created by fans. The last one, I'll kind of give them that one. At this point, they'd probably confiscate your underwear if you wrote Pikachu on it.
I didn't see that joke before we
You
read
like
this, and it's so good. Please do that. It says don't do that, guys, but please do it.
And
Everyone.
ladies.
Pikachu.
If that's how
I'm
you
a fan
say
of Pokemon underwear, what can I say? So, is the Pokemon Company some evil, fun-hating entity that wants to suck the soul out of your most beloved game in service to the almighty dollar? Well, yes and no, really.
For one, TPCI is hardly alone in this militaristic handling of its intellectual property. They're not the first video game company to go after fan projects, and they certainly won't be the last. Many other companies have shut down fan tributes to their games. Nintendo shut down an HD version of Mario 64, Sega shut down a fan-made Streets of Rage remake, and Konami shut down a remake of the original 1987 Metal Gear, which even had some voice work from David Hayter after they'd given it their blessing. We should have known something was up with Kojima then.
Switcheroo. This is a pretty big contrast, of course, to companies like Valve, who have officially backed Black Mesa, a recreation of the original Half-Life, and actually just today, a Valve-approved Half-Life 2 fan game called Prospect released on Steam.
They're even letting the developers charge for it. How's that for a different mindset? They also took the fan-made Source filmmaker project, End of the Line, and turned it into a huge community update for Team Fortress 2, with portions of the proceeds going to the film's creators.
Hell, even the Empirical Activision was able to negotiate some terms with that King's Quest series from a few years back.
But it's not entirely realistic for everyone to take that kind of fan-friendly approach, especially when it comes to products that might be in direct competition with the developer's work, like games, accessories, and yes, even music if they're planning on doing their own stuff.
The Pokemon card app we mentioned earlier made direct use of the Pokemon logo and font, which could easily be confused with an official Pokemon app in the App Store.
Still, companies like TPCI could be a little bit less geodude about it. It's one thing to serve up a cease and desist letter, it is another thing entirely to outright sue somebody for sharing their love of your games and your properties.
What hurts your brand more, an unlicensed individual giving away something to a small audience, or the perception that your company is the IRL equivalent of Team Rocket?
Come on, guys. And the thing is that this Pokemon reorchestrated situation is entirely different because Burks had the license to sell and distribute the music anyway. It's just another example of the discussion that needs to happen around licensed fan content on YouTube.
Yes, this latest case is in a totally separate category than some of the fans making a misguided gesture of creativity, not realizing that they could get in legal trouble for it.
The saddest thing is when these groups spend years on projects, getting fans and support along the way, only to see all of their work shut down in the last mile. A Chrono Trigger sequel, for instance, was shut down by Square back in 2009, weeks before it was going to be released, and it had been in development for 5 years.
That is so sad. It's sadder, in fact, than Chrono dying. So the takeaway here for anyone looking to make their own fan tributes to projects you love, start small, or, don't tell anyone until you release it via torrent, because you can't put that back in the Pokeball, can ya?
Yeah. You never know when something you're making might be butting a little too closely against something that the developer or publisher already has in the works, or something they've already decided they're going to take a strong stance against. So if you do plan on sinking a ton of time into a project like this, just know that there's always a risk.
More often than not, most companies will embrace fan content because they know that it just helps spread the love of their property.
But seriously, maybe don't make anything Pokemon related ever again. And please don't take this video down, TPCI.
What do you guys think of the Pokemon Company shutting down fan productions? Sound off in the comments down below.
For more news on all things Pokemon and to hear Meg drop some mean poker rap lyrics, like this video and subscribe to The Know. Need to discover some new comics? Well, Comic Bento will send you at least $50 worth of surprise graphic novels from the biggest creators to the unsung indie heroes, and they have a new theme every month.
Plans start at $17.50 per month, but if you use the promo code The Know, all one word, you'll save $5 on a new subscription. For more details, hit up comicbento.com.
See who says we don't do anything nice for you? We got you a discount. Actually, they sent us some stuff, and I already started looking through them, and I am totally claiming the Superior Iron Man.
Please don't snot on it.
How much of the poker rap do you remember?
Well, I'd have to look at the lyric, but I remember the chorus of the poker rap.
What's
but
it
again, I think we'd get taken.
No, it's
yeah,
good.
really. Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all.
Nice.
Man keys in there? I don't know. Fuck, I had to learn it like 2 years ago, and it's really hard.